Um, Another reason why I feel like I need to do this at this time is because there's been a pull and tug situation going on with me speaking up about things that I had gone through, my adversities, and the challenges that I faced. Everybody faces different challenges throughout their lives. Um, I just didn't know how to delegate on how to perceive with caution on when I do speak up about it. I want it to be formatted in a way that people can understand me, but Spirit called me to be my authentic self, if that makes sense. It's not perfection, it's not glitz and glamour, it's not lights and cameras and action. It's purely going off of what motivates me, what drives me, and what drives me the most is to help others. What drives me the most is to be a testimony for those who are dealing with challenges and struggles in their lives, especially the battle of the mind. There's been a lot of psychological warfare on people who have gone through such a struggle that you feel like nobody would understand, nobody would hear you, nobody would accept your authenticity. But there is people out there that needs to hear it. So you can't be hindered by the hearsay or the judgment of others. I feel like there's a need to express who you are in the way that it shows up for you by whatever means that you feel is necessary to use. The means that I go to and I feel that it's necessary to use with my journey and my spiritual walk is the Bible, my intuition, my cards. And let me just demonstrate about the cards here. See, I've made my own deck. I wrote down everything that I've been through in these cards. So this isn't traditional like tarot. These are things that I've experienced and I wrote down, sort of like my own personal journal in cards. So if you think that's demonic, then oh well. If you think that's just, oh my God, what is she doing? That's not right. And that's on you. That has nothing to do with me. Um, so just a demonstration on what I do. And like I said in the next videos that comes after this, you'll see I'll be using these a lot. I'm gonna make sure we give it a good shuffle. Um, it's okay to suffer in silence, but up to a certain point. You gotta know how to utilize that pain. You can't just keep it to yourself. You have to know how to utilize your pain to alchemize it into power. Your truth is your power. Your mind is your power. These are the things that the enemy would try to um, make you feel shameful, make you feel doubtful about. Anything, any aspect of your life where you feel doubtful or you feel fearful of, that's exactly what you need to be doing. And I am an example of that because I was very doubtful. I was ashamed of the things that I've been through. I didn't think I was supposed to share my story, but here I am. It's a new year, man. I was supposed to do this a long time ago, but I want to be ready. And like I said, it's not gonna be perfect. God had prepared a table before your enemies. You ain't gonna be able to see the cards on here. God has prepared a table before your enemies. Your path was meant for you to travel alone. I told you. These are cards I made for my own personal journey. So these are just affirmations, basically. And this is what I use. Positive vibes only. Your family played a huge part and won't admit it. They say energy is the new money. We'll speak more on that later on. Energy is the new money. Let me just go ahead and speak on it now. So there are people that try to come here. What are you doing?
I was gonna ask you something, but you're busy.
Okay. Ask me later.
Okay.
Energy is the new money. So energy is currency. It's something that you possess that you just can't be given out freely. Just like if you had money, you don't just want to give out money freely. And there are energy vampires in this world who, whether they know it or not, who come in and want to siphon your energy onto them. If you're living in truth and light, they want that. They need to live off of your energy because it's pure, it's authentic, and they find that your energy can probably manifest good things in their lives, so they try to siphon it. And like I said, we'll get into that like later on. They hate you don't need them because your path was meant for you to travel alone. Keep going, you will be successful. Whatever it is on your heart that you need to speak out on, you need to do it because you will be successful. They see you evolving. I would hope that I'm evolving. I've been in this world for 4 decades. I would hope that I'm evolving. I don't want to be the same Nicole I was last year. I don't want to be the same Nicole I was yesterday. I want to evolve every day for the good. So I would hope people see me evolving because that's what it's about. They saw the light in you before you could. Negative. I don't want to read that today. So you have God prepared a table before your enemies. Your path was meant for you to travel along. They hate that you don't need them. Keep going. You'll be successful. They see you evolving. They saw the light in you before you could. I didn't want to speak on the negative, but black magic is real. Whether people know it or not, when someone attacks your character, when someone speaks ill on your name, that's black magic. That's dark magic. That's like a transfer of energy they put out in the universe that goes towards, you know, your character, or like say for instance somebody slanders your name or tell lies on you or something like that. These are things that they wish that was true. They manifest these things through the word of mouth. That's black magic. Whether they dabble into that kind of stuff or not, unknowingly they are producing that, but it backfires. So, because you're walking with Christ, you have a Christ-like energy around you that it can't be penetrated. It's not supposed to be penetrated. You know what I mean? Keep up. They were sent to spy, but became obsessed. Um, I made these cards during the time of spiritual warfare. I was dealing with, I wouldn't say it was psychosis. I was getting like physical evidence that people were like watching me. People, I could feel the resonance of evil eyeing or getting into my business or tapping into my energy. When you are in tune and in tap with who you are, you will understand these type of things that happens. And I ain't trying to put this on anybody to force you to believe in what I'm saying, but this, like I said, I made these cards based off of my experience, and this is what I've experienced. People were sent to spy, but they became obsessed. When you walking with Christ and nothing bothers you, nothing hits you, no weapon formed against you prospers. I mean, it's like, whoa, wow, who is this? We need to know, and it becomes an obsession. God allowed it for your higher good. Yeah. So not only do they become obsessed, but they learn from you. They pick up indications that you are of light. They picked this up before you could. They saw a light in you before you could. So they picked up on this before you even awakened to your own gifts. And God allowed this for your higher good. Like I said, we don't do it for ourselves. We do it for the glory of God, to magnify his name. And what God puts in us, it just, it flows. People become obsessed. You see how magnetizing it is to have the favor of God on you? You're not supposed to be still standing. You're not supposed to be still standing. This is another key factor that you need to tell your story. Um, you're not supposed to still be standing don't necessarily mean that you're not supposed to be physically here on this earth. You're not supposed to be standing in your truth. You're not supposed to be standing in a awareness that you've never stood in before. You know what I mean? You was supposed to fold. You was supposed to go crazy. You wasn't supposed to be still standing firm on the foundation that was meant for you to stand on. And I mean, that got people obsessed. They thought you would end up like your mother. This talks about generational curses. This breaks down to generational curses. A lot of people feel like because you came from a certain background or family dynamic, then you supposed to go down the same path that parental figure went down. When you did it, you went another way. You know what I mean? You start breaking off these curses on your own life so that your children, their children, don't experience the same thing. So no, you did not end up like your mother. You did not end up like your father. You took your own path and went your own way. And sometimes that can become triggering to people because they lost the connection to do so, or something like that. I don't know. She put a hex on your love life. This could be a parental figure that never knew what real true love was. They never got to experience that in their lifetime. So in order to end up like them, they have to hex and curse your love life. And like I said, we don't have to dabble. We don't have to speak on black magic and voodoo and stuff like that. But it's all about intentions. The intentions people set for your life. They trying to manifest that for you. That is a form of black magic. That is a form of hexes and curses. The things that come out of your mouth, we speak life and death with the tongue. That is a form of black magic, whether you're holy or not. You got to realize what you're doing and what you're putting out in the universe and why things backfire onto you. Because you got ill intentions. That's malice. Your mother wish she can be you. There's a lot of mama energy out here. Your mother wish she could be you. You broke the curses. And I feel like that was something she was supposed to do. But instead, it was all this word magic out there that the intentions were set and made clear that no, you're gonna stay here. You're gonna stay with the same generational curses. You're gonna keep it up. You're gonna end up like me. You're gonna have a hex love life. And let it be known, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Okay? Your mother wish she can be you because she saw the light in you before you could. It get deep, man. I'm telling you. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's what I'm doing. Time to speak up. You are not alone. Your spirit guides are with you at all times. At all times. They have to be. They have to be. With the war you was put against, you you was meant to walk this path alone, but you're not alone. You got spirit guides that walk with you. You're alone on the physical, but spiritually, nah. I had some flip out. Oh, like again, I was going through this. I guess it's like paranoia or something, but I believe it was actually happening to me. I posted on my Facebook years ago about people that are like that can remotely spy on you and stuff like that, and I felt like me and my children were in danger because where I lived at in the past, I had it was like a split level housing. People lived upstairs from me and we lived downstairs, and I can hear conversations. I said clear audience, and it was basically them saying everything that I would be doing while I'm inside the privacy of my own home. And I was like, how are they able to? Anyway, we'll get into that because, like I said, I got videos after videos after videos about my experience with this journey. They have been watching you in groups remotely. Your past on loved one is with you. I spoke about cardinals today. I said I haven't seen a cardinal in a while, but your past on loved one was with you. Is with you. I said was with you. They probably he probably seen us move safely into a more secured environment because the one over there that which I was just speaking on, it wasn't it wasn't secure. Um, we were in some type of danger or something like that, and I will always see cardinals when we stayed over there. But when we moved here, I don't see them anymore. I probably seen them like the first few months we were here, but afterwards I didn't see them anymore, and I feel like you like cool, they safe. That's what I feel. People admire you but hate you, then want to be you. Make it make sense. Yeah, so people hear your story. They seen what you've been through. They admire you for it, but then they hate you for it too because it's you. They wish they can do that. They wish they could be you. They wish they could be as strong as you. But like I said, this journey is tailor made for the person that's experiencing it. It's not made for you. So why hate on it? Why be just okay to admire it? Hey, I really admire your strength. That's pretty cool. You went through that and you made it out on the other side. That's very inspirational. But in today's world, with technology and everybody want to be notarized and have this clout, they want to experience these things just to for monetary means. They don't actually go through things that we go through. So they hate you, then they want to be you. They want to walk in your shoes. These are 6.5, baby. Get your. You are an alchemist. Your emotional balance, your emotional balance comes from alchemizing situations that's supposed to make you lose it or supposed to make you be triggered from certain things, but you alchemize it. You understand how to alchemize that. You understand how to turn that pain into power. You alchemize it. You don't dwell on it. You don't sit in it. And if you do, it's not for long. You learn how to use those tools to alchemize it. The suffering in silence, like I spoke on earlier. You learn how to turn that into your power. They saw you suffering in silence and laughed at your pain, see? And you alchemized it. And they admire that. They saw you suffering in silence and laughed. You alchemized it. And people admire you for that, but then they hate it because it's like, you weren't supposed to do that. You were supposed to end up like your mother. You wasn't supposed to still be standing. But when you walk with a God conscious, with the authority and the power that God has given you to decree and declare all of the things that you were meant to do, then you're able to turn this into power. You're able to turn your pain into power. People don't like that. People watched you do this. People watched you do this. And when I say you, I know I'm speaking to possibly an audience. I will hope it reached someone. But I'm speaking on my journey. People watched me suffer in silence and laughed. Then it wasn't so funny when I started alchemizing it into power. They admire that, but they hate you for it. You weren't supposed to do that. Now they want to bite off of your energy, bite off of what you've been through, and make a story for themselves. It don't make sense. They know how strong you are. They know how strong you are. hmm They know how strong you are. They saw the light in you before you could. That's why they admire you. They know how strong you are. But putting you through this pain, I feel like it was intentional. They never thought you'd be able to alchemize it. They never thought I would be able to alchemize it. They know you know. They know you know. It was just a matter of time for you to be able to tell your story. They waiting on it too. They waiting for this. They know you know. They just want to see how you're gonna alchemize it, how you're gonna transmute it, How you gonna communicate it? The secret's out. It's okay to be your unique self. It's okay to be your unique self. People admire that about people. Nobody want to be themselves these days. They want to be something that they're not. Everybody's performing. Everybody wears a mask. People tired of seeing the same copycat version of somebody else. Where are all our unique people at? Where are our authentic people at? Where are all our truth speakers at? Where are all our honest and genuine people at? It's rare. It's rare. 222. That's an angel number. It's rare because you got a lot of grown ass bullies. The same bullies from high school and, your adolescent years. They ain't changed. They haven't changed. They just grown and being bullies. Give it to God. He'll show you the way. I spoke on faith earlier about walking when I started my grieving and healing journey. It was dark. And with faith, you will find your way. Give it to God. He'll show you the way. They are afraid to come to you with the truth. Masquerading in performances. Masquerading in the lies. Because it's all about how you look. How your reputation is, right? So some people don't want to admit the things that they have done because it's gonna paint them in a certain light. Where is that? I had a card about family. I must have put it back. But some about your family didn't want to admit it. It's admitting the truth. It's gonna paint them in a certain light. That's why they can't never tell you the truth. Hating on your creative ideas but want to copy them. Like I said about my story, people want to see what I have to say so they can bite off of it. They want to have a platform where they speak about spirituality and people's healing journeys and stuff like that. But they never met me. They never came across me. You know what I mean? They don't know my story. But yet they're trying to use it for their own benefits. There's people out there that do weird shit like this. They hate on your creative ideas but want to copy them. It can't be copied. You're a generational curse breaker. You're a generational curse breaker. That's what I thought. It's not easy. It's not easy. You were supposed to end up like your mother, but you became a generational curse breaker. They don't have good intentions for you. I spoke some about the black magic. How people put ill will on your name. They intentionally do this out of malice, out of resentment, out of jealousy, envy, and it's not for your highest good. It's they have bad intentions. That's a form of black magic. If people can realize that, then they wouldn't be frowning up on people that do stuff like this because you're doing it. You're doing it with the words that you speak over somebody's life. You're doing it with the lies and the slander that you create. They are energetically pulling on you, but it's been blocked. Energy is the new money. Remember I talked about that? They're needing to pull from your energetic field. They need to pull from the positive vibes only. They need to pull from that. But it's been blocked. Yeah, because you're powerful. Because you're powerful. Your environment is affecting your mental. Your is affecting you mentally. Um, that's just like what I was saying when I stayed over in the old place. That environment was affecting me mentally, and there was a danger there. There was a energy of danger because it was affecting me mentally and physically. That's why I was always seeing cardinals, because those were warnings from a past of a loved one saying, "Hey, you need to get out of this environment," is what I believe. And now that I did, and I still, God want to move me in other places too. We just here right now, but we're safe. We're cool. But your environment can affect you mentally. It's a real thing. They are speaking death over their own existence. Yeah, because the black magic backfired. You speaking ill on somebody with bad intentions, it's gonna come back on you. And now you speaking death over your own existence, and that don't mean physical. It means your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, the path you supposed to be walking on while you worried about somebody else's. You speaking death over it because you're too busy projecting evil intentions on somebody else's journey. That's the way it goes. They blame you. Okay. So here's where it gets really deep. Whatever people are going through, whatever this backfire is that they are experiencing, maybe some karma, they are blaming you for this, thinking you're doing something. The death that they're speaking over their own existence by speaking on mine, that because it backfired, they blame you for that. That's what I'm getting. And it's not your fault. Uh, more negative. I made a lot of negative cards in here. They mistreated you on purpose. They saw a light in you before you could, and they mistreated you on purpose. Bad intentions. Speaking death over your life, but end up speaking it over their own existence. You can't do that. Make sure you laugh or smile today. So you gotta laugh at this. This is like, you gotta laugh at it at the end of the day. I'll read now. Isaiah 61:7. For your shame ye shall have double, and for confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Restoration, blessings, double for your trouble. For your shame. I spoke about shame and guilt a while ago. This is not a journey you should be ashamed of. You don't feel guilt, and don't be confused by that. Your testimony is yours. Your destined path is yours. No, nobody can, and you're gonna get double for your trouble. Everything that you've been through, you're gonna get double for it. You have people on your side defending you. Let me see what that's about. Psalms 140 and 91. There was a price on your head. They've been trying to astral travel to you. It's a no. A lot of dreams have been coming to me about family too. That's significant. Mm. The ball is in your court now. Slam dunk it. The ball is in your court. All you gotta do is speak up. You have inspired many and you don't even know it. So why not inspire people on purpose? With purpose. You inspire people I inspire people just by being me. Because there's people that have set things up in my life to where I wasn't supposed to make it out on the other side. They had bad intentions, and I was supposed to end up somewhere I wasn't supposed to be. And those very same people that are probably defending you now, that are probably on your side now, you have inspired them. They won't admit it, but they see it, they admire it, and they hate it at the same time because they're the ones that set it up for you to fail, for you to go down this rabbit hole and never make it out. 777, that's a lucky number. Yeah, they're speaking bad on your name. That's black magic. Yeah, black magic don't have to be rituals and black candles and stuff like that. Playing with fire and spell work books and summoning up demons and stuff. That don't have to be what black magic is. People speaking bad on your name is black magic. That's evil intentions. They still bring up your past. They speaking bad on your name because they're bringing up your past. There's nothing that they can speak bad on that you're doing and creating now. Don't talk about the healed version. Let's talk about the unhealed version. That suits us better. It suits the agenda to talk bad about the person because of their past. Everybody got a past. I feel like these are a lot of hypocrites. And we know we deal with a whole lot of that, even in ministry. Wanted you Wanted you bowed head and lowered eyes, but still I rise. I remember reciting this poem when I was in middle school. Wanted you bowed head and lowered eyes, but still I rise. That goes with not having the best intentions for you, thinking you'll end up like your mother, um, laughing at your pain, laughing while you're suffering in silence. They wanted you bowed head and lowered eyes, but still I rise. And since you rise, you inspire many and don't even know it because you're walking in your purpose. They were stealing your ideas and intellectual property. I want to make a video where I just break down each one of these cards and explain why I wrote these down because this is absolutely what I've been through. I picked this up in a download dream I had about how people when it comes to siphoning. People will come into your dream state. Like I said, they have been trying to astral travel to you. It's a no. To grab a hold to your intellectual property, the downloads that you get while you're sleeping. This might be reaching for a lot of people. That's why I'm saying this is for a particular group of people that are dealing with this stuff. They want to steal your ideas and your intellectual property. They want to be you. They admire you. They hate you. They want to be you. They want to go as far as stealing your intellectual property while in the dream state. They are able to do sorcery or divination, astral travel. The downloads that you get, mainly you get them subconsciously in your dreams. They want to astral travel to see and pick up on your intellectual property and ideas. If you've been experiencing mental fog, um, laziness, not wanting to do something, not want to be productive, that's what that is. We got Mark 14:30. Basically talk about betrayal. That's when Jesus knew he was being betrayed. New level, new devils. Absolutely. New level, new devils. So you will have people betraying you and don't even know why. Because we don't battle flesh and blood, but we battle powers and principalities. So they don't know why they have to betray you. They don't know why they want to see you Lord eyes and bow head and Lord eyes. They don't know why they speak bad on your name. New levels, new devils. These are powers of principalities that realize your ascension. And once you come up to that level, there's new devils that come up too and try to be like an opposing force because you're on the right path. You're walking in your divine purpose. That makes sense? They're experiencing what they wanted you to. Karma is at play. They blame you. Um, they've been speaking death over their own existence. That's karma. Because they spoke death over your existence. They wanted you to fail. They wanted you to crumble. And they were doing that. It backfired. Like I said, form of black magic backfired. They blamed you for it because they're experiencing what you karma is at play. They blaming you for their karma. I ain't did nothing. I ain't did nothing. Your family played a huge part and won't admit it. It came out. Most of the spiritual warfare come from your family putting a price on your head. They knew who you were before you did. They saw the light in you before you could. And there was like, it don't have to be literally a price on your head, but it could have been like, we need to pay attention to her. We need to watch her. We need to have her watched. We need to do this, that, and they go out their way to keep up with your progress on your spiritual journey. Now, mind you, this is something that's supposed to be sacred. This is a sacred experience. This is something that you have to walk alone with. This path was meant for you to walk alone. Not with a bunch of eyes on you if you didn't ask them to be there. Now, if I'm posting on social media, then of course I'm asking for eyes to be on me. But if I'm in the privacy of my own home, making videos or, talking to God or my prayers, and that's something that's not supposed to be invaded. That's private. That's sacred. And I feel like family put a price on your head to make sure they stay somehow connected, pulling on your energy to see how far you're going to go with the thing. They knew you had these gifts. Nobody talk about this stuff though. Nobody talks about spirituality, spiritual gifts, 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 spiritually from the divine. We talk about God, we read the Bibles, we read the scriptures, oh, God coming back, Jesus is going to be coming back one day. I believe it. But they don't talk about the spiritual gifts, the spiritual warfare, the psychological warfare. That's in the Bible too. It irritates them when they see you poke. This gonna irritate somebody. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to tell my story. I can't wait to get my things in order so I can start posting. I can't wait. I'm ready to piss people off. I'm doing it, not even doing nothing. So how about I actually be doing something? How about I actually be walking in my purpose, delivering messages that I should have been delivering a long time ago? How about I actually do it so you can actually have something to be irritated about? They have to work in groups to attack you because you're powerful. I was sitting in the bathroom last night and I was like, Lord, it's so not fair. It's not fair that I have to do all this by myself. It's not fair that groups of people are coming toward. I can feel it. When we were out of town over the weekend, there were even people there that were like staring. That's see, this goes back to that PTSD that I experienced when I was over at the old house. A lot of gang stalking. If you don't know what that is, then this ain't for you. But when you have to work in groups to create some type of psychological warfare or make it seem like you're crazy, you gotta work in groups to project some sort of mind control type of thing on somebody. Like I'm supposed to go everywhere and think that somebody's watching me. I'm supposed to not want to leave my house because people do these type of things. No, that's not gonna happen. But they have to group up to do this. So you gotta understand your power. And I was sitting in the bathroom like, Lord, why? Why me? All this for little old me? Because you gotta understand the power that you hold. They saw this light before you could. They saw the light before you could. God has you on a huge assignment. When I flipped over the cards, God has you on a huge assignment. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's gonna be rocky. Not for me. God-like energy surrounds you. You're the truth and they know it. So when you speak up, they know you telling them. They know you truthful. They know where it's coming from. They've been watching you all the way up to now, waiting to see what you're gonna do with it. And once you finally start expressing it and put some work into it, getting your message out there, they gonna know where everything is. They gonna understand every word that's coming out of your mouth and know it's the truth because they were the ones behind it, more than likely. I'm gonna get one more card and then I'm at almost 50 minutes. Wow. Okay. They talk about you every day. Oh, they gonna be talking about it every day. They gonna be talking. They gonna have something to say every day now. Like I said, give these folks a reason to talk about you every day. All they have now is about your past. All they can afflict on you is projections from the past version of you. All they can speak on is bad things of who you are when you were living in the unhealed version of you. They don't understand who you are now, so they have to go back to the past. That made sense to them. That was easier to dissect. That was easier to pick apart. Oh, she did this, so we can demonize her and put her in this box, and then she did. But once you break out all that, when all the chains are broken, they don't have a box to put you in. So they have to rely back on the past version of you, the unhealed version of you, before you start walking this spiritual path. They have to go back and rely on those things because this new one, they don't understand. Oh, she just crazy. Okay. Then they try to copy you. They copy you. This is gonna be good. I promise you. I'm gonna upload this one, and then I'm gonna upload. I'm gonna start working on the other videos that I've created. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, folks. I need you to buckle in. This truth is gonna, this tea that I'm about to clock. I ain't even want to be cocky about it. You know what I mean? I didn't even want to be cocky about it. But the shit that I've been through and how I'm still standing, sound mind. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I deserve to be cocky about it. I deserve to flex. Peace out.